the human or legal dynamic of physics agree when moving in clusters. They experience change differently depending on which of them is pushing ahead and which is behind the first or first ones.
That is, they encounter energy that is pushing against them and spreading out into space, which affects them differently depending on the order in which they encounter the pushing energy.
And that affects how they recycle this energy that is spreading out into space among themselves.
Naturally, the energy that accelerates their speed also plays a big role, that also changes the density and volume of the quarks expanding in space. The speed of internal motion, time, internal pressure.
Well, and when the expanding nuclei are collided, it is no wonder that energy is dispersed, expanded into space in the collisions, so that physicists interpret this information that there are different quarks in the nuclei.
And yes, the density and volume of the quarks expanding during the collisions are different.
Maybe even so much different that one of the quarks is so dense and small in relation to the others that no information is obtained from it in collisions.
Nowadays, we are taught that protons and neutrons consist of 3 different quarks.
3 quarks from a kite.
As it were, 4 would form a much more logical and stable entity, in my opinion, a pyramid, a tetrahedron.
Okay, when the expanding quarks are at rest in relation to us, they would already be congestion areas of expanding energy with much more of the same density and volume.
Of course, their density and volume are somewhat alive all the time.
While the situation is alive all the time, they come to control each other's density and volume as they recycle this energy that is dispersed into space with all the other expanding quarks of which they themselves are composed, so that it changes in them completely with time.
When someone momentarily expands a little faster than others, its ability to absorb the energy that is spreading through itself and adding this spreading energy to itself is worse, because its density is lower than that of expanding quarks with smaller volumes at that moment. Of course, more spreading energy is spreading through it because it is bigger at that moment. The situation is restored as the recycling of the energy spreading into space
is its ability to recycle the spreading energy into space faster, because its internal motion, time, is faster at that moment.
It seems strange to me that no one before me has been able to consider that perhaps the so-called atom is completely different from what physicists have assumed. Perhaps the volume of matter is also relative.
Perhaps it is the case that not only time is relative.
Maybe we have the key to the theory of everything in physics here.
Love,
Love.
love.